Welcome to Archive Preprint Server Daily, AI Frontiers. In today's episode, we're exploring the cutting edge of robotics research through a comprehensive synthesis of 18 groundbreaking papers from the Computer Science Robotics category. These papers showcase remarkable innovations in robot perception, manipulation, control, and human-robot interaction, offering a fascinating glimpse into the future of robotics technology. We'll discuss the major themes emerging from this research, analyze the methodologies being employed, and take a deep dive into some of the most influential papers in this collection. Our goal is to provide you with a thorough understanding of where robotics research stands today and where it might be heading in the coming years. Robotics represents the intersection of computer science, engineering, and artificial intelligence, focused on the design, construction, and operation of robots. The field of computer science robotics specifically addresses the computational aspects, including robot perception, planning, learning, manipulation, and human-robot interaction. This interdisciplinary field is witnessing a profound transition as robots move beyond controlled industrial environments into homes, hospitals, and public spaces. This shift requires sophisticated algorithms that enable robots to perceive complex environments, make intelligent decisions, and interact safely with humans. The research we're examining drives innovations across multiple sectors, from autonomous vehicles revolutionizing transportation to healthcare robots assisting in surgeries and elder care, from manufacturing automation improving production efficiency to space exploration robots venturing where humans cannot safely go. The challenges facing robotics researchers are substantial: operating in unstructured environments, handling uncertainty, interacting safely with humans, and managing limited computational resources, all while converging with other AI fields, particularly large language models and computer vision systems. A significant challenge in robotics is bridging the gap between simulation and real-world deployment, often referred to as the sim-to-real problem. 4 papers in our collection specifically address this challenge. Amergant and colleagues tackle this problem in the context of grasp verification, presenting a vision-based approach that uses synthetic data to train models capable of determining whether a robotic gripper has successfully grasped an object in the real world. By carefully designing their simulation environment and incorporating domain randomization techniques, they're able to train models that generalize well to real-world conditions, despite never having seen real data during training. Han and team propose a zero-shot sim-to-real transfer technique specifically designed for magnet-based tactile sensors, enabling robots to perform insertion tasks without requiring real-world training data. Patazinski's work on point cloud recombination presents a method for systematically augmenting captured point cloud scenes to validate litter-based perception systems. These papers collectively demonstrate that researchers are making significant progress in bridging the reality gap, enabling more efficient development of robotic systems by leveraging the advantages of simulation while mitigating its limitations. Robot manipulation, the ability to interact with and modify objects in the environment, continues to be a central focus in robotics research. 6 papers in our collection address various aspects of manipulation, with particular emphasis on grasping. Rashidi Moghadam and colleagues introduce the Grasp the Graph 2.0 method, which uses an ensemble of graph neural networks to detect grasp poses in cluttered environments. Their approach represents a significant advancement in grasp detection, achieving up to a 35% improvement in average precision on the GRASP-NET 1 billion benchmark compared to existing methods. What makes their work particularly valuable is its ability to handle cluttered environments, which more closely resemble real-world scenarios. Arbaugh and team focus on a different aspect of grasping, learning and replicating grasp forces from electromyography signals for prosthetic finger control. Their work demonstrates the cross-pollination between robotics and assistive technologies. Han's work on tactile sensing for insertion tasks also falls within the manipulation theme, highlighting the importance of rich sensory feedback for successful manipulation. These papers collectively demonstrate the multifaceted nature of the manipulation challenge in robotics, encompassing grasp planning, force control, sensory feedback, and the integration of these components into cohesive systems capable of reliably interacting with objects. Several papers in our collection explore whole-body control strategies and biomimetic designs that mimic biological systems. This theme reflects a growing interest in robots that can move and interact with their environment in ways similar to humans and animals. Z and colleagues present Twist, a teleoperated whole-body imitation system that enables humanoid robots to perform coordinated whole-body behaviors through human motion imitation. Their system is particularly noteworthy for its ability to handle a diverse range of tasks, from whole-body manipulation to legged manipulation, locomotion, and expressive movement, using a unified neural network controller. Hafner and team investigate quadrupedal spine control strategies, comparing different approaches to generate more natural-looking gaits in quadrupedal robots with articulated spines, similar to those found in mammals. Wang and colleagues take a unique approach to biomimetic design with their origami-inspired modular robotic manipulator, repurposing it as an adaptive physical reservoir computer. This concept of embodied intelligence, where computation happens within the physical structure of the robot itself, represents a fascinating direction for biomimetic design that draws inspiration from the distributed information processing that occurs in biological systems. These papers highlight how researchers are drawing inspiration from biological systems to create robots with more natural, adaptable, and integrated capabilities. The integration of large language models and other language technologies with robotics represents an emerging and rapidly growing theme in our collection. This convergence reflects the potential for natural language to serve as an intuitive interface between humans and robots. Mohammadi and colleagues introduce More, a framework that leverages language models to solve zero-shot mobile manipulation planning for rearrangement tasks. Their approach is particularly noteworthy for being the first to successfully solve a significant share of the challenging BEHAVIOR1K benchmark. What makes their work innovative is their use of scene graphs to represent environments, instance differentiation to distinguish between similar objects, and an active filtering scheme that extracts task-relevant subgraphs. By focusing the language model's attention on just the relevant aspects of the environment, they mitigate hallucinations and improve reliability. Huang and team propose an automated hybrid reward scheduling framework that uses large language models to dynamically adjust reward components during reinforcement learning. Khan and colleagues introduce Haptic VLM, a system that integrates vision-language reasoning with deep convolutional networks to enable real-time haptic feedback. These papers collectively highlight the potential for language technologies to transform robotics by enabling more intuitive human-robot interaction, more flexible and robust planning, and richer multimodal perception. Among the 18 papers in our collection, several present particularly groundbreaking results that could significantly impact the field of robotics. Z and colleagues have developed Twist, a teleoperated whole-body imitation system that enables humanoid robots to achieve unprecedented, versatile, and coordinated whole-body motor skills through human motion imitation. The system's ability to perform coordinated whole-body action suggests that humanoid robots could soon take on more complex tasks in human environments. Mohammadi and colleagues have made a significant breakthrough in using language models for mobile manipulation planning. Their More framework is the first approach to successfully solve a significant share of the challenging BEHAVIOR1K benchmark. Wang and colleagues have made a groundbreaking contribution by repurposing an origami-inspired modular robotic manipulator into an adaptive physical reservoir computer, opening new possibilities for embodied intelligence. Han and colleagues present a novel approach to bridge the sim-to-real gap for magnet-based tactile sensors, enabling zero-shot sim-to-real transfer of reinforcement learning policies. Rashidi Moghadam and colleagues have achieved up to a 35% improvement in average precision on the GRASPNET 1 billion benchmark for grasp detection in cluttered environments. Xu and colleagues present a real-time safety filter based on control barrier functions that provides formal guarantees for collision avoidance with road boundaries of arbitrary shapes. These groundbreaking results collectively demonstrate the rapid progress being made across multiple aspects of robotics. Several methodologies appear consistently across these papers, highlighting the current approaches researchers are using to advance robotics. Reinforcement learning continues to be a dominant methodology for developing robot control policies, enabling robots to learn complex behaviors through trial and error. Z and colleagues use a combination of reinforcement learning and behavior cloning to develop their whole body controller for humanoid robots. Huang and team focus on improving RL by proposing an automated hybrid reward scheduling framework using large language models. Han and colleagues apply RL to learn insertion tasks using tactile feedback. Graph neural networks are emerging as a powerful tool for geometric reasoning in robotics, particularly well suited for modeling spatial relationships between objects or parts of a scene. Rashidi Moghadam and colleagues use an ensemble of GNNs to assess grasp candidates by modeling the relationships between points within and around the grip or jaws. Large language models are being integrated into robotic systems for natural language understanding, high-level planning, and reasoning about complex scenarios. Sim-to-real transfer techniques bridge the gap between simulation and real-world deployment, while control barrier functions provide formal guarantees about safety constraints in robotic systems. Each methodology has its strengths and limitations, and many papers combine multiple approaches to leverage their complementary advantages. Z and colleagues present Twist, a groundbreaking system for humanoid teleoperation through whole body motion imitation. This work addresses a fundamental challenge in humanoid robotics, enabling coordinated whole body behavior that combines locomotion, manipulation, and expressive movement under a single control framework. The Twist system consists of three main components. First, the authors generate reference motion clips by retargeting human motion capture data to the humanoid robot. Second, they develop a whole body controller using a combination of reinforcement learning and behavior cloning. A key innovation in their approach is the incorporation of privileged future motion frames during training, allowing the system to anticipate and prepare for complex transitions. The experimental results are impressive, enabling real-world humanoid robots to perform a diverse range of coordinated whole-body motor skills using a single unified neural network controller. These skills span whole-body manipulation, legged manipulation, locomotion, and expressive movement. The system demonstrates robustness to perturbations and adaptability to different environmental conditions. What makes this work particularly significant is its potential to accelerate the development of more capable and versatile humanoid robots by enabling intuitive whole-body teleoperation as a pathway for humans to transfer their embodied knowledge and skills to robots. Mohammadi and colleagues introduce More, a framework that leverages language models to solve zero-shot mobile manipulation planning for rearrangement tasks. Their approach is particularly noteworthy for being the first to successfully solve a significant share of the challenging BEHAVIOR1K benchmark, outperforming recent foundation model-based approaches. The key innovation lies in their use of scene graphs to represent environments, instance differentiation to distinguish between similar objects, and an active filtering scheme that extracts task-relevant subgraphs. This bounded planning approach effectively mitigates hallucinations and improves reliability, addressing fundamental limitations of language models when dealing with large numbers of objects and large-scale environments. By demonstrating that language models can be effectively used for complex mobile manipulation planning when properly grounded in scene representations, Mohammadi and colleagues have taken an important step toward more capable and intuitive robotic assistants that can understand and execute complex instructions in human environments. Their work bridges the gap between natural language instructions and physical robot actions, providing a pathway for more intuitive human-robot interaction through language. The More framework's success on the BEHAVIOR1K benchmark demonstrates the potential for language models to transform how we interact with and control robots, making them more accessible to non-expert users while maintaining reliable performance. Wang and colleagues have made a groundbreaking contribution by repurposing an origami-inspired modular robotic manipulator into an adaptive physical reservoir computer. Their systematic evaluation demonstrates how the physical structure of a robot can be leveraged for computation, reducing reliance on traditional digital computers. The research shows that the computing performance correlates with the peak similarity index, which quantifies the frequency spectrum correlation between target output and reservoir dynamics. This work opens new possibilities for embodied intelligence, where the physical structure of robots and materials can perform computational tasks directly in the mechanical domain. By demonstrating that physical structures can perform meaningful computation and perception tasks, Wang and colleagues challenge the conventional separation between body and brain in robotic systems, suggesting a more integrated approach to embodied intelligence. This concept of using physical structures for computation draws inspiration from biological systems, where information processing is distributed throughout the body rather than centralized in a single organ. The origami-inspired design provides a flexible, reconfigurable platform that can be adapted for different computational tasks, highlighting the potential for morphological computation to complement traditional digital approaches. This research direction could lead to more efficient, adaptable, and resilient robotic systems that leverage their physical embodiment not just for action but also for perception and decision-making. Looking toward the future, several promising research directions emerge from the papers we've examined. First, deeper integration of language models with physical grounding for robust planning appears to be a fertile area for exploration. As language models continue to advance, finding ways to effectively ground their reasoning in physical reality will be crucial for reliable robot control. Second, expanding embodied intelligence where physical structures perform computation represents an exciting frontier that challenges traditional divisions between hardware and software. Third, developing more effective sim-to-real transfer techniques for contact-rich tasks remains a critical challenge, particularly for manipulation and locomotion in complex environments. Fourth, creating unified frameworks for whole-body control in humanoid systems, building on work like Twist, could lead to more capable and versatile robots that can seamlessly combine different types of movements and interactions. Finally, establishing formal safety guarantees for robots in human environments will be essential as robots become more prevalent in homes, hospitals, and public spaces. These research directions suggest a future where robots are more capable, more intuitive to interact with, and more safely integrated into human environments. To conclude, our analysis of these 18 groundbreaking papers reveals several key insights about the current state and future direction of robotics research. First, robotics is rapidly advancing through convergence with language models and other AI technologies, creating new possibilities for intuitive human-robot interaction and more flexible, adaptive behavior. Second, biomimetic approaches and embodied intelligence are transforming robot capabilities, drawing inspiration from biological systems to create more natural and integrated robotic systems. Third, bridging simulation and reality remains a crucial challenge, with significant progress being made through domain randomization and other sim-to-real techniques. Fourth, formal safety guarantees are becoming increasingly important as robots enter human environments, with approaches like control barrier functions providing rigorous frameworks for ensuring safe operation. Finally, integrated perception action systems that combine multiple sensing modalities with sophisticated control strategies are enabling more natural and effective human-robot interaction. These advances collectively point toward a future where robots can operate more effectively in complex, dynamic, human-centric environments, potentially transforming industries and everyday life through their enhanced capabilities. This research synthesis was created using multiple AI tools to help make complex scientific content more accessible. The content was generated using Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet, with text-to-speech synthesis by Google TTS for narration. Visual elements were created using OpenAI's image generation capabilities. All generated content was reviewed and validated by human experts in robotics to ensure accuracy and relevance. This approach reflects arXiv preprint server Daily's commitment to making cutting-edge research accessible to broader audiences, bridging the gap between specialized academic publications and practical applications. In this podcast, we bring you the latest breakthroughs in computer science and AI, straight from arXiv. From neural networks to quantum computing, we simplify complex research so you can stay ahead. Whether you're a developer, researcher, or tech enthusiast, AI Frontiers keeps you informed daily. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for daily updates. See you tomorrow with more cutting-edge AI insights.